From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Looking for justice. Now on Daybreak, the owners of a dog shot and killed by IMPD react to the ordeal.
Traveling to make first impressions. Now on Daybreak, what's happening today as the Democratic presidential ticket goes on the road. It is the middle of the week, Wednesday, 7th of August. Appreciate you starting it here on Wish TV's Daybreak.
Can't believe we're here already, but we have a final check of the traffic with Marcus Bailey coming up in a few minutes.
Starting mid-60s, Tara. That's a nice change.
I know. Much different than the last couple of days, right? Humidity values, you can still feel it out there, but you can feel that it's also dropped considerably from yesterday. So still going to be a little on the humid side today. We've got lots of clouds in place and even a little bit of some patchy drizzle being reported at the airport. 68 degrees right now in Indianapolis, and the dew point value into the mid-60s. Last several days, we've seen those dew points in the 70s, so dropping and going in the right direction, and it will drop even farther here late today, and especially as we head into Friday and into the weekend. Right now, pretty much everyone in the metro area into the upper 60s, 65 in Lebanon, 69 in Martinsville and Franklin, and 70 degrees. Good morning to you in Shelbyville. Pretty humid conditions in the southern part of the state right now, but look at this. Up in South Bend, we've got dew points in the 50s, so very comfortable air mass just to the north of Indianapolis, and eventually it's going to continue to sag farther southward here. We've got lots of clouds in place across much of the state, and also a little bit of that patchy drizzle. I do think eventually we'll see some sunshine, but not until later this afternoon. So we'll hang on to the cloud cover through the lunch hour. Mid-70s expected at 1 o'clock. And temperatures into the 80s. Yes, the 80s return here. We will be about 11 degrees cooler than what we were yesterday at 81. We'll get up into the upper 70s in northern Indiana and lower 80s here across parts of southern Indiana. We'll talk much more about the less humid air that's going to move in for the weekend coming up in my 7-day forecast.
For my teammate, a police officer shoots a dog, leaving the animal dead and the owner frustrated. Happened at a home that police know well. My teammate's Cody Fisher has specifics of the case and video of the seconds leading up to the gunfire.
Just moments after arriving to this house here on Adams Street, the Ring doorbell camera catches the officer shooting and killing the dog as it runs out the front door in their direction.
Police! Hey, back up!
That's the moment an IMPD officer shot the dog. We've paused the video here because it is too graphic for TV, but it goes on to show the officer shooting the dog a second time after he tumbles down the stairs.
He shot an innocent dog that literally was just trying to run out the gate. That's what he does. He runs out the gate when me and my mom comes up or the kids come up.
The dog belongs to Ashley Bill's mom. She says he was 2.5 years old and named Debo.
He was like our baby. He's playful. If he see you, he will want to play. He'll jump on you. You know, he was a playful dog. He was just a big dog.
The gate at their house has a beware of dog sign to let people know Debo was there.
He's going to say he was scared, but I don't think he was scared. I think he was just trying to really pull his weight around, and he was frustrated because he was called to the address.
IMPD records show police have been called to this address 3 times since late April. One call was for a suicidal person, one was for vandalism, and this final time was for a domestic disturbance. IMPD said the Civilian Majority Use of Force Board is reviewing the situation. The board will decide if the use of force was necessary. Because the review is active, IMPD said it cannot comment on the incident.
I believe that they should be held accountable. There's no reason why that dog should have been gunned down like that. You know, you could have tased that dog. Right now, the officer who fired the shots is still working out on the streets. IMPD told me that if they had shot a person, they would have been put on paid administrative leave. For IT-Mate, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
And the time now, 8:05. Now, a disturbing case of alleged animal abuse in Owen County. News 8's Danielle Zolkowski explains criminal charges have been filed against 2 people after deputies say they rescued more than 300 animals in conditions just like this.
These charging documents tell us this all began on July 2nd when the Owen County Sheriff's Office was tipped off to a large-scale animal neglect situation in Gosport, Indiana. It ended 16 days later when the Owen County Humane Society rescued those 348 animals over 2 days. Now, charges are filed against the 2 animal owners. The Humane Society reports rescuing 243 animals during the initial search of the property on July 8th, before taking an additional 105 animals on July 18th, totaling 348 in a 2.5-week period. News 8 obtained charging documents for Amanda Jane Simpson and Cody Michael Wood, the owners. Charging documents described neglectful conditions and many dead animals found across the property in and outside of cages and animal pens. The Owen County Humane Society shared the post on Facebook on Monday. Its post said the animal experts assisted the Owen County Sheriff's Office with the animal seizure at True Settle Road in Gosport. The post described the initial seizure day as hot and humid and said they found most of the animals without food or water and many deceased animals in cages. In total, the Humane Society reports seizing 17 dogs and puppies, 29 ducks, 225 chickens, 21 sheep, 9 rabbits, 25 goats, 4 horses, 4 pigs, 2 cows, 2 bearded dragons, and 10 cats and kittens. One cat had 6 kittens shortly after being rescued. In a post, the Owen County Humane Society says, "We are extremely grateful to our rescue partners that showed up and who have helped us in the past. If not for them to help transport and take care of the farm animals, the animals would not have received the immediate medical care they needed." The Owen County Humane Society says it needs donations to help cover about $25,000 in vet fees and supplies. If you'd like to help, just grab your phone and scan the QR code on your screen. That will take you to the As Seen On section of our website, where you will find this story. I'm Danielle Zulkowski for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
91 days. The nation will know Coach Walz by another name, Vice President of the United States.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will hit the road today for the first time as running mates. Harris formally introduced the Minnesota governor as her VP pick in a rally in Philadelphia last night. We first brought you news of the selection hours earlier here on Daybreak. Walz spoke about his background as a teacher and as a former member of Congress.
Minnesota's strength comes from our values, our commitment to working together, to seeing past our differences, to always being willing to lend a helping hand. Those are the same values I learned on the family farm and tried to instill in my students. I took it to Congress and to the state capitol, and now Vice President Harris and I are running to take those very values to the White House.
Harris and Walz are set to tour battleground states, starting with Wisconsin and Michigan today.
After Harris made her decision, we asked our All Indiana Politics team about her selection of Tim Walz over other candidates to be her running mate. Take a listen.
There wasn't a bad pick in the bunch, so I'm really pleased with this. Let's talk about who Tim Walz is, the governor of Minnesota, the former teacher, the Guard Reserve, and what he did as governor of the state of Minnesota. Universal school meals, stronger labor protections, legalized cannabis, stronger LGBTQ plus protections, paid sick leave, 100% clean energy goal by 2030, $1 billion for housing, reproductive health care rights, gun safety, and cut child poverty by 1/3.
What this shows is that the progressives are controlling the agenda, and the progressives are controlling the Harris administration or their campaign. Because Josh, there's, as I have always said, there's 6 to 8 battleground states that are going to determine who's going to be the next president. And Pennsylvania is one of those states. Right now, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are 50-50. Picking somebody like Shapiro would have made, even if it was a percentage point and they win that state, that's huge. That would have been extremely important and critical in getting Kamala Harris the presidency.
And you can catch more on this week's edition of All Indiana Politics right here on Wish TV. It airs Sunday at 9:30.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.